Morning. Moon. Hey, it's February. Isn't that something? I tried to catch up in my cup. Doesn't work as well. Hey, thank you for the gift subs, Genesis. I am currently alone here, but I won't be forever. Give it a little time. Very, very, very special guest is arriving. So you have to wait and see. Genesis gifted those subs to Kinare, Shadow Dragon 5, Sky Kino, Jiro the Fro, and Duskard Genesis. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'm going to read some of these things while we wait on our guest to arrive, because our guest is running just a little bit late. And that's okay. There's a lot going on. We got 46 months from Anise. Not Dragon 23 also gifted 5 subs. Thank you. To BGA Plays, Evan Deck, It's El Guapo, Mzion, and Shy Kitty Tail. Thank you, Not Dragon. We got 39 months from Zazaz, my man, 29 months from Master of Darkin, 7 months from Suave Ass McGee, 32 from Good Faye Fox, 35 from Lord Mathapon, 10 months from Strawberry Hearts. We got 300 bits from Genesis. It says, Hi P-Train, I've been replaying Pokemon Platinum as part of my goal to catch every Pokemon, and I forgot how good that game's music is. I didn't play Pokemon Platinum. I did play, like, Diamond and Pearl, or one of them, probably, I think Pearl, but it's been a million years. So my association with Pokemon Platinum and the music is strictly through Carlos. Like, Carlos is the reason I know so much Pokemon music. And I don't know that I have it differentiated in my head. In fairness, like, I don't know that if I heard a track I'd be like, that's Pokemon Platinum. But I know probably all the music from Platinum now because of Carlos. So thanks, Carlos. I appreciate it. There was 1,600 bits from Gold Lighting. It says, is the guest Peggy? Oh, wait. It is not Peggy. Peggy, I hope not. When Peggy arrives, we have bad internet. Yeah, Haley, what's a Pokemon? Haley, you wouldn't know anything about Pokemon, unfortunately. The best way to become familiar with Pokemon is to, like, be intimately familiar with them from a design standpoint. The best way to do that would be to, like, I don't know, do watercolor paintings of all of them. And, like, who would do that? That would take forever. A reminder that Haley is the OG when it comes to streaming amongst all of our friends. We got 6 months from Denge21. 300 bits from the Thrill Offices, requesting some good vibes today. I get a neurology appointment this afternoon to see about my chronic migraines and insomnia. Good vibes. Good vibes. I feel like we've had quite a few people lately who have been having, like, neurology appointments and stuff. So, good vibes. Good vibes to you. I hope that the appointment goes well, and then more importantly gives you the information that you need. I can hear our door opening. I love that. We got 50 months from Sacrocelica, 47 months from the Tuxedo Kitty, 300 bits from Genesis with the George Chicory the Star Rain, 300 bits from Darkness Bride with the Hype Cat Star Rain. And Gamers 00700 gifted 2 subs to Jensuda and Snowdude64. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sounds like they need to make themselves a coffee. It wasn't locked? No, door is locked. When guest has key, they can open door. There's still people now that think that, like, me and Haley can pick locks. And, like, we broke into Josh's house. I still see that occasionally. And I'm like, that's very flattering. And between the two of us, I feel like Haley could probably figure that out. But no, we just have a key. You had to solve a minigame. Hey!
I'm breaking in.
I told them that the best guest that we have.
I'm a guest?
Coming.
Oh, okay.
You are a guest currently. You don't live here right now.
Good job breaking in. I struggled with the key.
It did take you a long time.
Did you hear me down
I
there?
I heard the lock and I was like,
so he owes you lunch.
it's true.
You did buy me dinner last night.
I did buy you dinner last night.
You picked up Chinese food. I just really wanted crab rangoon.
Pagan Min.
Like, that's really what it was. I went out for a walk, and I was at the grocery store, and I was looking through the freezer aisle, and, like, they had, like, pot stickers and whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, I just really want crab rangoon. So then I was like, hey, Stephen.
I mean, I appreciated it because, I don't know how other people are, but, like, for us, a lot of times trying to choose what to consume is, like, really difficult. So Mal and I are pretty easygoing. Making decisions sometimes is very difficult. So if one of us has a craving, that's great. I really like that. So I was getting in the shower last night, and I was like, what do you want? And Mal's like, I want to get Chinese food, cuddle, and watch Futurama.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a whole evening.
Well, I had gone for a walk, and I was freezing.
Yeah, you were very cold last night, and I
cold.
wasn't.
For people who don't know, I'm dog sitting Leica while Alex and Haley are out. And it just makes it easier if I'm over there, so I've been sleeping over there.
Yeah.
She, this morning I went out, and I'm half asleep, and I woke up with a headache, like, centered on the back of my head.
Yeah.
And she's in the middle of going, and this dog has the audacity to walk around the corner. And she was so unhappy. And, like, I feel bad for this other lady with this little, what was it? I don't know. And I feel bad because, like, Leica's not gonna, like, go after the dog, but she's super excited about it. And she's, like, kicking the grass and, like, kind of barking a little bit.
Very
and, like, she
excited
keeps
about
looking
the dog.
at me like, you see this dog right here? You see this dog? It has the audacity to walk around the corner?
Haley says, Leica wishes to be the only dog. Yeah, it's very cute to watch, but probably less cute for the other dog, who's just like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Haley says, luckily Leica knows turn around, let's go. Yeah, she does. It's just like, I was in the middle of, like, trying to clean up the poop and put it in the bag. And so, like, I'm trying to open the bag, and, like, she flipped out about this dog, and I'm like, I can't just walk her away right this second.
Well,
It's always right after the poop. It is.
well, welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
Do you do a good sleep?
I mean, yeah, but, I don't know. I think I woke up on my back, and, like, just the pressure of, because I brought my pillow over.
Yeah, you think
it had my head pushed forward, and, like.
So you think that's what caused the headache?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you take something?
No.
Would you like?
I took caffeine.
I mean, that is something.
Let me go get ibuprofen.
I mean, caffeine does help with that. We have 31 months from Rojaniel. 300 bits from Shanath, who says, since we're talking about Pokemon, here's a little quiz. Which of these Gen 1 Pokemon did not give an evolution in later gens? Chansey, Tangela, Dodrio, or Primeape? Chansey did. Dodrio did? So I think it's either Primeape or Tangela. I want to say Primeape. Oh, people are saying Dodrio. Oh, shoot. I thought I saw... Oh, wait, okay. Is there... Real quick, Pokemon people. I'm not a Pokemon person. Is there Big Dodrio?
Yes.
Dodecahedro. There's not Big Dodrio? Like, physically... Sorry. Physically big Dodrio. He doesn't, like, swallow a pill, and then he gets, like, real tall. Or something. Dynamax? Is there a is that a Gigantamax? Yeah, Dynamax. Sorry, I use the term big because I don't remember things like
Pokemon
Dynamax. Dinosaur. Every Pokemon. Oh, shoot. Every Pokemon does that? Oh, I'm screwed. Because, like, I briefly remember, like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I've seen Dodrio big. But I hadn't seen the... Okay, well...
Pokemon, but big.
Y'all are always welcome to quiz me about Pokemon. It won't end well, but you're always welcome to. I think you hallucinated this. Maybe. 2033 from Shy says, Peggy Eats food delivery service. We deliver in 2 minutes or less. Our delivery Peggy does not stop running, so make sure you have your front and back doors open with a clear path between, or you will experience property damage. Damage is not covered by Peggy Eats. That's a very alarming food service. I feel like that'd be very expensive to get your food in 2 minutes.
Well, it's Peggy.
Peggy doesn't even want money.
It's a perpetual motion machine.
How does Peggy pick up the food? Same way?
Well, they have like a... You know how the banner planes pick up the banners?
Oh.
It's like that.
I like that a lot. That's
and then there's like a
that's very
remote
fun.
thing that'll like unlatch it, and then you gotta be ready.
You gotta be ready with that.
When she's running through your house.
Hook. I love that. We got 43 months from Evar. 24 months from Flip Bentel. That's a 2. Congrats on the 2. We got 300 bits some stolen initials. It says, so on Mouse Stream, I asked for some good vibes as I was taking my cat to the vet. The results were not good, and I had to make the hard call for her to go to sleep. Thank you all, though it meant a lot. Good vibes.
Good vibes.
Good vibes.
It's hard.
It is extremely hard. I hate that for you, but I also have been in that exact situation. And it is hard to make that call, but sometimes, you know, that is the right call for the specific situation. Doesn't make it any easier, though.
Nope.
We were actually, I think we talked about, there was a pet death on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Just take it easy. Allow yourself to grieve. It's the most important thing. And in time, it'll get better. But it's also okay to just, in the moment, be like, this sucks. Because it does. Good vibes to you. We got 300 bits from Night Owl. He says, now that the vlog is finished up to the end of 2023, I do have some stats to share. There were 207 vlogs added this year. 207 vlogs added. Oh. Is this for the playlist? Because my first thought was, oh god, I missed a few. I was like, there are famously more than 207 days in a year. Okay, Night Owl says, yep. All right. Okay, this is for a playlist.
It's okay.
I did.
You somehow
my heart was
to, like edit a third of the year.
Like I knew. I was like, I was like, first off, I don't miss vlogs. Second off, how could I miss 150 something? You spent a lot of time with friends, which is great. In those days were at least 4 trips, 2 cinematic vlogs, and 1 break-in. This was also the year that the timeline was fixed and that the playlist emerged finally after 5 years. The playlist currently sits at 1,032 vids. Looking forward to all in 2024. I like that you're doing that. That is essentially the modern day equivalent of the one playlist we made that one time.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Best of?
Best of or Abridged?
Abridged.
StephenVOD Abridged.
That was it.
We had like started on that and then I couldn't do it. Nidal says it's a passion project, really. Yeah, this is basically StephenVOD Abridged, but actually kept up with. So, Nidal, thank you for doing that. If someone wants to watch, if they
cut out all the filler.
If they want to watch, StephenVOD Z Kai, that's the best. Mm-hmm. That's probably the best way. Mm-hmm. It's like if you want too many beach episodes, not enough
Steven
beach
learns
episodes.
To drive.
Man, you know what's wild? If the vlog would have just been like a few years older,
yeah,
there would have been a Steven Learns to Drive episode.
Yeah.
How wild is that? The vlog started when I was 20. I learned to drive when I was 15, so would have needed to be a few more. Anyway, yeah, if you fall within the category of like you are willing to watch 1,000 videos, but you're not willing to watch 5,000 videos, which fair.
Yeah.
If that describes you, that playlist could be for you. But then they'll miss the vlog where Steven talks about wearing a hat. What were the cinematic vlogs?
For the last year?
What was the... Do you know? Like, I don't know. I literally don't know. What are the cinematic 2023 vlogs? Because I can't remember. Oh, Crawl. Oh, and Captain Crunch. Oh, okay. Fair. I
hope you do some this year.
Oh, I will.
We got some neat things that you could...
It's when the vlogs are cut up, it's more likely to happen.
Yeah.
Because I always feel restrained creatively when vlogs are behind because I'm like, oh god, if I don't catch up, things are bad.
Brandon says, I think the vlog started at the right time, no earlier, please. So don't go back in time and like refilm.
You know but there is like vlog footage from before the vlog started.
From when you went to England and France.
Yeah. I shot video every single day. I was in England and France for whatever 10 days. Yeah. I left on my 18th birthday. So like there is footage of all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Which is only a few years.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of footage that would feel vlog-like before that, though. There's not a lot of that, but... Anyway. Oh, one interesting thing. Yesterday in the Discord, I saw someone talk... I think it was Vagabond. Said... they were talking about the time I did Periscope, very literally. And I went live and I ate a pear. Yes. I said nothing and I turned it off. And I have that. Because they couldn't find it online. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I don't know what year that was, but I have that. I have the VOD of that. And
do you have chicken too?
Maybe. I have to remember what year it was because it's on the corresponding drive. If I can find it, I will post it. I will do that.
Vagabond says, I think it was November 1st, 2016.
Okay. I will take a look. I can't look at the moment.
Because you're sitting on a couch?
No. I can't look at the moment because I have the 2023 drives hooked up, and I'm doing a lot of stuff there.
I see.
So once I finish with that, I'll hook up the old drive. So if I haven't done it in a week, someone remind me like at next Thursday's breakfast stream because I will put it online. Sounds suspiciously like a non-Chaz approved activity. Yeah, it does. I know. But it's fun. It's fun. Just let me have a little fun, Chaz. Just a little bit.
Steven, you know what today is?
It's the first of the month.
Do you know what February 1st is?
Is it, oh, I know it's Thomas's birthday.
It's Thomas's birthday.
Yeah, did y'all know that? Happy birthday, Thomas. I wish we had a like a banner. We don't have a banner, so in lieu of that, I'm going to hold up this Duracell battery. This represents Thomas. Thomas is full of energy and small, and we should take care of him. I love him.
I think Thomas is taller than me.
Sorry, this battery is small, and this battery is currently Thomas. Thomas is one of 12 birthdays. Thomas has positives, and Thomas has negatives.
I told him last night, because I had just made this joke with Brandon. I was like, oh, it's Thomas's first birthday of the year.
Yeah, Thomas ages about 4 times a year. Thomas expires in March 2030. Thomas was...
It's why he's so wise. That's very true, Renee.
Thomas was made in China and is composed almost entirely of alkaline. These are just little Thomas facts that a lot of people don't know. I knew it. I knew he was made of alkaline. Anyway, we got 13 months from Jams on Twitch, 100 bits from Goodway Game Leet, 62 months from Missing No Leader. 300 bits from Miss Mace Windows says, good morning, everyone. I had a successful surgery last week, and recovery's going good. Resting, playing games, and building Legos. Thanks for all the good vibes. I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. I hope that the rest of your recovery goes well. I hope that you... honestly, one of the nice things about recovery is that you do get to, like, have some uninterrupted time... Well, somewhat interrupted time to, like, play games. Maybe it's something I value because like other times I don't play a lot of games. But when Mao was recovering, I was like, man, she gets to play Persona.
So jealous.
It's just nice. We got 300 bits from Busy Kick with the pasties ooh.
It looks like a ravioli.
It's a little ravioli. 300 bits from Aldo says, man, Steven, I can't believe you forgot to upload the Maid vlogs for 2023. No idea how nobody caught that until now. Must have missed it with all these gaslights around. It would be wild if I missed an entire month of vlogs and no one told me, and then it wasn't until... That's the sort of thing that's like a weird nightmare that you would have. Like you wake up and you're like, wait, I didn't upload... Oh no, and I don't have the footage anymore. Oh god, I missed May.
Where's the Smarch playlist?
My first thought was Matthew, Mark, Luke, Smarch. It's my favorite months of the year.
Lousy Smarch weather.
the fifth gospel, Smarch. We got 300 bits from Jay Lineback. Says, StephenVOD GT was a wild time. 2009 college Steven in the year 2023 and all the shenanigans that came with that. Remember when Steven became a kid? That was wild. Haley said, I dreamed last night. You said you had to make vines, and it disturbed me so much I woke up. Steven, are you ready to go? No, Haley, I gotta make some vines. Quick. They must be 6 seconds long, and they must loop. Thanks a lot. I liked Vine. I liked the concept of Vine. Shorts is fine because it's just somewhat an extension of that.
Yeah.
But the loops aren't as seamless. The loop on the Vine was seamless. How'd they do that? How'd we lose that technology? I don't know. We got 300 bits from Satsy. It says, happy birthday, Thomas. Anyway, I keep forgetting to pick up the form from my doctor to explain why I think I have ADHD. It's been over a week. The irony is not lost on me. I hope that you are able to get that taken care of. And also, thanks for wishing Thomas a happy birthday. I know everyone here loves Thomas, so I want Thomas to have a great one. Super, super great one. And he says, oh, good job, Juliet, or whoever has started to upload more TikToks for Steven Plays. That is Juliet. Juliet takes care of all short-form content, and we had kind of had a focus on YouTube for a while, but like we had the TikTok, so they are now uploading stuff to TikTok as well. Doing a great job. We got 300 bits and more. It says, I've been rewatching the 2014 vlogs from when I first discovered the channel. Can't believe I've been watching your lives for 10 years now. It's wild to me that, like, 2014 is 10 years, because when we were living 2014, the vlog was already, like, 5 years old or something.
Yeah.
And now... At the time, we were like, we've been doing this for 4 years? What? That's crazy! And now I'm like, oh, I'm an old man. It's fine. We're both old. That was the
one of us.
That was the saddest. You wanna?
There's Thomas. Thomas is, but not as old as me.
Thomas, we've been talking about you.
Yeah, I mean, when you have like 6 birthdays a year.
Thomas is like 86, which is, you know, a lot. Thomas, you have to go back. Someone said I had positives and negatives. Let's name them. You don't want me to do that. The scariest thing that I can imagine for my life is if
having to roast your friends live.
Is having to roast my friends live. I'm like, nope, I would leave. I would be like, I can't do this. I love my friends. I love my friends very, very much. But does everyone have positives and negatives? You better believe it. Myself included. We got 300 bits from Tricky Anthea. It says, I need good vibes and I must scream. The quick version is I may lose my health insurance due to state shenanigans, and I have weekly appointments amongst other things, including check-ins with my surgeon to make sure I don't need a second ankle surgery. Good vibes!
Yeah.
Good vibes. I hate state shenanigans. I also hate insurance companies. God, there's not a lot of things
that reminds me, did I pay insurance this month?
There's not a lot of things that I think I would proudly stand in front of a live audience and tell that I hate. And God, insurance is probably at the top.
To pay insurance.
Like right at the top. Insurance. We spent an entire recent breakfast stream on landlord. Yeah, Renee's already there at landlords. Would you do an insurance company roast? We kind of have.
Yeah.
When Mao was going through the endo stuff, we really lambasted them, and they deserved it. Yeah. Oh God! And then the $300 Flonase. Oh, was it 300 or was it more?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. $300 Flonase. Yeah, that was awful.
When it was time for renewal for open enrollment, we got a postcard in the mail from our insurance company, and they were like, "We're the plan that says yes." And it was trying to get us to re-sign up for the same plan.
Also, if you've already...
I remember taking a photo of it and showing it to Brandon, and he was like... I forgot what his response was, but it was just kind of like...
Obvious lies. Also, you can't do that if you've already denied us on multiple things. You can't be like, we say yeah. Nope. Yes, it must be a typo. Oops, we meant to say... No. Love it. Love it.
And he says, did your insurance go down?
Tiny Eddie's flippy floppy fish fillets will have you saying, I'm just trying to eat a fish.
What's your problem?
This is appropriate, especially because it is Thomas's birthday, and I love that. We have 1050 from Nisa says, hey Eddie, give Thomas a birthday item from your warehouse. Happy birthday, Thomas. Hope you have a great day. Flippity floppity fish fillets. I'm just trying to eat a fish.
I'm pretty sure the internet video is no more, and I'm very sad.
What? It's on the internet, ain't it? That's an old video.
I know it's an old video.
It's a very, very
It's like filmed on
video.
a handy cam or something.
God, don't say that's old. That's just because something was filmed on a handy cam doesn't mean that it's old, Andy. It's how... 20 years.
It looks like you could watch it on a CRT.
You can watch anything on a CRT. If you hook it up to a CRT. 300 Bits from Shia says, in StephenVOD GT, the collective moved to Florida instead of North Carolina. Tom joins as well, and there was a point when Dan turned into a golden gator. Unfortunately, G is considered non-canon and widely rejected by reality as a whole. We reject GT. GT did not happen.
Tom was very sad to leave.
I do miss Tom.
Yeah.
Tom is a great guy. Brandon says Handycam's closer to 30 years than 20. It depends. Okay, if you want to get into the weeds about this, it does depend, right? Because
it was a whole line.
Well, yeah, Handycam is a very, very, very long line, right? So the Handycam probably dates back to the 90s, maybe the 80s, probably the 90s, probably 90s, but also has like, I bet there's modern day Handycams too. I bet the Handycam line is still around. But if I think of the heyday of Handycam, yeah, it's probably late 90s, early 2000s. I am closer to 30 than 20, and I'm born 1997. Well...
I think my mom may still have her, like, home video camera from when I was little. And it was, like, a big thing, and you could, like, put a whole VHS tape in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, they got, you know... They're smaller now. They look like this.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that wild, though? You ever stop to just appreciate how quickly technology advances? Like, relative to every other advancement, right? Like, It was a long time ago that we were like, ooh, fire. And it took forever to get from, like, fire to skyscraper. But it only took a few decades to get from big hunkin' thing on the shoulder to this.
I did a project in college that was on, like, adoption rates of technology and, like, what year things came out.
Yeah.
And, like, part of my presentation was, like, when do you think this company started? Or when do you think...
and, like,
yeah.
And companies are a lot older
yeah.
than
like,
you think they are.
When did PowerPoint come out? It was, like, something that I was talking about.
Late 80s?
I don't remember the answer. This was when I was in college.
I'm not sure.
But there was a whole thing about it.
Early 90s? I don't know. It's weird because a lot of times especially with software, like you tend to remember it on terms of like when you started using it, right?
Exactly.
Google says April 1987.
Give me the bird.
Photoshop came out in 95. Yeah, I had an old version of Photoshop. I wasn't using Photoshop as early as like Alex. Alex was using Photoshop when he was still like in a diaper.
I remember using Photoshop 7 in high school.
Sorry, Alex was 6 when Photoshop came out, which insinuates that Alex was wearing a diaper until he was like 6. That's not what I meant to insinuate. I just meant that he's been using it for a long time. Hi, Vulture. We got 57 months from Desun Lee. 300 bits from Papaya 101 says, trust me, Steven, we remember that time you bought all the copies of Earthbound so all the homeless kids without electricity can't play it. Shame on you. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I have, at best, a few copies of Earthbound. 1, maybe. No more than 7. I don't know. We got 510 bits from Anissa that says, Bird. Also, my question to Mal was whether your medical cover changed since you don't need as much OBGYN cover.
I was trying to explain that in America, insurance coverage doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't need any maternity stuff covered.
Correct.
But you kind of buy into a group plan, and you're like, there's not really a la carte insurance. Well, like, I can't say I don't need OBGYN coverage. It's very...
Yep. it's catch-all. There
Yeah.
there is either insurance or there is not insurance.
There's also like more insurance for more money.
So there's levels of insurance, and then there's the only types of insurance we have are like we have medical, and then we have vision, and then we have dental.
I mean, there's also like life insurance and
And-
auto
okay.
insurance, but yeah.
Well, okay, I'm sorry, I'm talking about a person.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, when you buy a family, you can buy a plan. You can either buy like individual, like we could each have our own plan.
Yeah.
Some places you can do it like just you and your spouse, and some places it's like family, so it's like you, your spouse, and your children.
Yeah. Circle Now Squared says, wait, other countries let you choose coverage for what you need? It's always very fun to have an international audience and then get on any sort of specific topic like this, because both sides learn,
Yeah.
and then they're like, wait, I'm sorry, what?
I mean, you can get like writers sometimes for specific things, but from what I understand, those are difficult because they don't want to deal with like, oh, well, this person has a thing, and they get the writer.
Yeah. So the way it works in America is that insurance is...
And most of our experience is the ACA plan, which is Obamacare.
Yeah. The fun thing about insurance in America, this just loops back into the thing where I was talking about where like insurance is awful and I hate it, is that insurance is something that you have to pay for, right? Like it's something you have to cover, but it's not optional, because if you don't have insurance, you are penalized.
I think they got rid of that.
Did they get rid of it?
I don't know.
If they got rid of it, it was not all that long ago. Because just a few years ago, it was like, well, you don't have to have insurance, but if you don't, you have... They got rid of it. Oh my god. Well, up until like a few years, 2017.
Okay.
Up until 2017, you could choose not to have insurance, but you had to pay...
Well, it was only
you
a
had
few
to-
years where that individual mandate was there.
Yeah, well, that was fun. That was a fun time. Because, yeah, Scrooge, if you can't pay, you pay more. For a few years, yes. That was how that worked. And, like, it's a lot more complicated than this, right? Because, like, there's subsidies. So if you have, like, if you're low income and you meet the qualifications, because there are qualifications, you can get assistance with insurance. So it's not like all doom and gloom, but as you can imagine, the amount of hoops and qualifications that there are to jump through sometimes are immense. And there are some people that need to qualify and like deserve to qualify, and like they don't, because it's America. Anyway, yeah, the fact that vision and dental is separate is kind of weird. You're not required to have those.
No.
I mean, I guess now you're not required to have anything,
Yeah.
but like you probably should.
Yeah.
Probably. You know what the fun thing is? This is a fun thing. This is a fun thing. Everyone will love this. Everyone in other countries will love this fact. You're gonna love this. You're really gonna love it. You're gonna be getting ready to move to America after I tell you this. Even though we have insurance, and insurance, part of having insurance is like covering, sometimes in whole, usually in part, medications. Sometimes it is cheaper to not. And that is one of the most frustrating things, I think, about the insurance system. Because I go and get my prescriptions filled, and when I go
Like
to
your
get
Crestor?
when I go to get like my Crestor filled, you know what I do? I tell them, don't run it through insurance. I pay every month for health insurance, which is supposed to help me with my medications. But if I choose to use my insurance, I will pay more money. God bless the wonderful man at the counter
That tells you that.
that told
was
me
like,
that.
Hey,
And like it's something that I have known about as a concept, but like in his specific instance, he's like, hey, I want to let you know
that this particular
this
medication.
particular medication, he's like, if I just run it so you pay out of pocket, he's like, it's going to be like $25 cheaper.
Brandon explained why.
Yeah. And like the benefit of letting insurance pay for it and you paying the extra $25 is that would be working towards your deductible, but we never meet our deductible ever, knock on wood. So like, why would I do that? Anyway, that's my fun thing. That's my fun thing. I love, and the thing is, you don't know, so you actually have to like ask.
Yeah.
So any prescription, theoretically, if you have insurance, you should probably ask. Should probably ask the person at the counter, be like, how much would this be out of pocket? Because it might be cheaper. Insurance is hundreds of dollars a month. I mean, it depends, but yeah, it's great. Anyway, we got 5 months from Sky Pirate Fina, and 15 months from Risen 124/7. Thank you. Yeah, honestly, that should be the slogan in America. America, just don't get sick. What's wrong with you out there being sick? Don't do that. Don't do that. It's fine. It's your own fault. You have a pre-existing condition? Why'd you do that? Anyway, there's things about America that are genuinely good. We just, we have a few issues that we haven't really managed to work out yet. So if you are in another country that has access to easier, more affordable healthcare, cherish it. We got 300 bits of Night Owl. Says, wait till everyone finds out that the credit score is only a U.S. thing.
And only, since the 80s, I want to say?
That you get charged to take out your own money, and then insurance is more of a guideline than coverage. Land of the free, baby! Reagan! America is obsessed with capitalism. In a big way.
Saibi, I'm older than the credit system and I'm upset.
It's, Jay Linebeck says, yeah, I heard about credit scores and I was like, pardon? It is kind of wild. It is kind of wild. I don't know how to explain that if you don't know what the credit score system is. But everyone has a number.
And you don't know what that number is.
You don't get to know the number.
Sometimes you do.
Sometimes you get to know the number.
Sometimes a bank will be like, oh, well, here's your credit score number.
But, don't ask for the number too much. Yeah. If you ask for the number too much, your number will go down. What makes the number go up and down? There are some things, they are invisible. Mm-hmm. You don't know exactly what makes them go up, and you don't know exactly what makes them go down.
And then sometimes they'll pull your credit and be like, oh, this is a false high number.
And if you go to do certain things in America, they look at that number. And if the number is low, they go, that number is low. And you're like, well, how do I get it higher? And they're like, I don't know.
And sometimes they're like, maybe you should get a credit card so your number go up. But you think getting credit card taking debt means number go down? But not. Sometimes.
Andy says, and sometimes they pull your credit and don't tell you. We firmly believe that if you are living in America, it is worth the effort to have your credit frozen. In some states, it is free. If you don't know about this...
I think that changed recently. I think it's free everywhere now, maybe.
Who knows? And also, the other thing is that things can change back anytime. So even if things become a positive, they can become a negative. If you don't know about freezing your credit, it's a worthwhile thing to look into.
There's 3 companies. You have to freeze it with all of them.
You have to freeze it with all 3 companies. Which I'm sure the international viewers are like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep up. There's a score. Everyone has a number, and there's 3 companies that keep the numbers. Yes.
And they have different numbers.
Yeah, it's not one shared number. They have their own special numbers. Uh-huh. It's great.
And then sometimes you need your credit run to I don't know, get a car loan or a house loan or student loans or something.
Yep.
And if your credit's frozen, you need to be like, okay, but what company do you use so I can unfreeze it temporarily so you can run my credit? And they're like, oh, we don't know which company we actually use.
It's great.
And I'm like, but why?
So the thing is, like, in fairness, and I'm not going to be up here and be like, all countries have equal problems. They don't. But every country has like some amount of like weird thing. And if you grow up in the system, you get used to the system. It doesn't make the system right or good, but you do get used to the system. So I'm sure that there are people like, in other different countries that have like, if they stop and think, they're like, there's this weird thing that we do, and it's stupid. I don't know why we do it. So, bags of milk.
We got those in Wisconsin.
I don't know that bags of milk is like the best example of that. It's not really. It's like the U.S. credit score and milk. It's not like a 1-to-1. But it's fair. Like a strange thing that happens. It's true. Renee says, honestly, what can you expect from 50 small countries in a trench coat pretending to be one big country? It's true. It's true. It is wild that you can drive like a few hours and enter several different states, and in the process, the laws change drastically everywhere you go.
Like, you can't fill your own car with gasoline in New Jersey.
There are 2 states where you can't do that. It's not...
Oregon, you kind of can, I think.
Why don't they trust people from New Jersey? I believe that most people from New Jersey...
Noah says, I've never pumped my own gas.
Would you? Why don't people trust people in New Jersey? Would you trust someone from New Jersey? Have you met someone from New Jersey? They should not be trusted to pump their gas.
Brandon, I understand why they do not trust people. Noah, wow, you don't trust me? I'm offended. Fossix, 3 of your mods are from Jersey.
We have to be careful. We have to be careful around these people from New Jersey. The state doesn't trust them to pump their own gas. Why should we trust them for anything? Be careful. Definitely. I'm from Jersey, and I agree.
Vagabond, I'm from New York. I'll fight them all.
What's the other state? Oregon?
Oregon just changed it recently.
Oh, wait, no. Does that mean New Jersey's the only one left? Oh, come on. Let people from New Jersey pump their gas.
Gotta run that credit now.
Let people from New Jersey pump their gas. They're the last ones left. I don't know. My question for the people in New Jersey is, how do you feel about this? Is this something that is like a symbol of pride of like, we're the only state where we don't have to do this? Or is it like, Jesus Christ, please let us do it? Like everyone else gets to do it. Why can't we do it? Like, is it a special thing or is it just a frustrating thing? I'm very curious. I'd love the people from New Jersey to weigh in.
To Retro and Noah said, I like to not get out of my car when it's cold.
I mean, that is a pro.
I did take Noah to Costco and be like, listen, this is how it works.
Special thing, you don't have to leave. It sounds like people from New Jersey kind of like this. Renee, that's why I have a husband. There's a lot of people that are talking about this. You know what? I guess that's fair.
No,
we don't pump our gas, we pump our gas.
I go into Wawa to get coffee.
I guess I can see the advantages of this. Neat. I mean, like if you go to the Costco and you wanted someone to pump your gas, they would do it.
Yeah.
Like, and actually that's a thing in all of America. Well, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Who knows if it is. If you have a disability or you need like some assistance, when you get to the gas pump, you're supposed to be able to honk, and someone is supposed to pump your gas for you. That's supposed to happen. And then like at certain places like Costco, like if you just needed help, they would help you.
Because there's always someone standing outside at Costco.
Yes, that is supposed to be like a thing, because there are people that need help pumping their gas. They can drive, but they, pumping the gas is a thing that they need help with.
I'm sure those people who need that assistance, like, they'll go to a smaller gas station and the attendant won't come out because they're the only person working.
I feel bad because I guarantee you that
happens.
that folks who need those accessibility options just drive to certain places because they already know that they're not going to be helped. we're really getting into the weeds today on America. My favorite thing about these sorts of discussions is when we go to like one specific state, because talking about America as a whole, like international viewers can at least like keep up. But then when we're like New Jersey, that's when I'm like, do we lose some of the international viewers, or are the international viewers like, no, we know New Jersey, we got that one, we got that figured out.
Which state is New Jersey?
I don't expect everyone to know the geography. That's hard. You know, they probably know Florida because it's like the little thing down here, and they probably know like California and Texas. Texas is huge, but you know, you don't need to know the geography. I'm just curious if you know some of them. We got 18 months from Twilight Autumn. We had a raid. I didn't acknowledge it because we were in the weeds about New Jersey, but from Sherry Makes Art. Sherry, thank you.
Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome, Raiders. We're just having a nice, friendly talk about America. 300 bits from Alex Butterfly says, America, we're a fecking dystopia. We just won't admit it to ourselves. Clown. Again, it's not like there's things I like.
Yeah.
There's more than one thing wrong. Maybe more than 2. Or 3. Or 10. We had 36 months from Jesus Saves. Hey. Congrats on the 3. I love that. Destiny says, in the weeds about New Jersey. So you're in the Meadowlands. 19 months from Galactic Baron, and 5 months from Clara G IOTC. Thank you.
Sunburn War says, let's talk about sales tax. State sales tax.
Actually, sales tax is a really good example of 50 different countries. Uh-huh. Sales tax might be the easiest example of that.
Yeah.
Because every single state has their own sales tax.
And sometimes it's based on which county you're in that state, and sometimes what city you're in that state, and also what you're buying, because some things are taxed differently.
Yes.
Growing up, Wisconsin was 5% sales tax, so everything you bought was 5%.
Yep.
And that money went to the state.
Yes.
But living like in Myrtle Beach per se, if you lived or you bought something at the beach, like in city limits, you would have a state tax of I don't know what percent, because I don't know, and then you would have like the county tax, and then you would have the Myrtle Beach tax of like 1% or whatever.
Some states don't have sales tax.
Yep.
Like, does that mean that you can drive to that state and buy things and not pay sales tax?
Yes.
Correct. Yeah, there's so many different types of taxes, and it changes depending on the state. And as Mal said, it can change depending on the county. It can change depending on the city. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is wild. There's different taxes for different things, because there can be sales tax for like goods and services, but then there can also be food taxes. Mm-hmm.
Alcohol.
Alcohol taxes can be separate. Mm-hmm. And it just depends on the state. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like the tax in North Carolina is 8.25%.
Are we? I don't know. I don't pay attention.
That's our tax. That's our food tax. That's our goods tax also. I think we have one flat tax. I might be wrong. I'm not sure.
Like I said, Wisconsin was 5% everything, and then once I left Wisconsin, I stopped paying attention because it was too confusing.
The reason that I know the food tax is that a lot of times when the collective goes out to eat, we make it easier for the server and we just get one check. So like I'll pick up the check and then I'll have everyone PayPal me their portion.
Yeah.
And in order to do that math, I have to multiply their total by
the sales tax.
0.0825% in order to figure out that before I do the other thing. Yeah. It's fine. Myrtle Beach was expensive.
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach was expensive because, we have tourist tax. So if you are in a tourist area, there is additional tax on food. You want to come over here and say hi?
I haven't got to see you all week. Come here.
We're getting near the end of the stream. Arius says, "Are you getting credit card points for your purchase?" That's the good thing, right? Like if you pick up the tab, it helps the server because it's easier for them than splitting up checks. But you can get credit card points.
Come here.
And you don't lose any money because there's been no one in Raleigh at any time that hasn't paid me like immediately, which is really great. So like, you just get credit card points. Are you want to come over? Come here. Come here. Come here, little man. Come here.
He was sitting in the sun when I got in, so I went over and pet him before I came upstairs.
Hey, buddy. Good boy.
Elevator.
Little elevator.
Hi.
Hi, man. Good boy. We had 510 bits from Anise who says, in South Africa, general sales tax is 15%. Alcohol and tobacco is higher. Daily living essentials like feminine products, bread, beans, etc. is tax-free, but all the prices on the shelves are what you pay at the register. That's interesting. General sales tax being 15% is very high.
Yes.
Like compared to America. Like I don't know all of the states' sales taxes, but 15% from the states I am familiar with is high. That being said, as far as I know, we don't have any sort of free tax items thing. I mean, some states do.
Like some states do not tax feminine products.
Some states do, but I think it's a very small number.
Yeah.
I don't think North Carolina's amongst them.
And then South Carolina does tax-free weekend.
Oh, that's true. Oh, that's another fun thing.
Like one weekend every year, right before school starts, all school items are tax-free.
Yep.
So
it is. Yep. It's
pencils,
like
but also computers.
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
the time to buy a computer.
Yeah.
Like if you live in South Carolina and there's other states, West Virginia does it too.
Georgia doesn't.
There will be a weekend where you don't have to pay tax. It's like the Purge.
You do.
It's like the Purge, but with less homicide.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get to buy something and not pay tax on it if it's school related.
Mm-hmm.
The best one is
computers
because it's going to have a high tax because the price is high. So yeah.
So that's like for parents buying stuff for their kids, college students going back to school, teachers. Yeah.
Yeah. So August?
In South Carolina, it's like the second last weekend in August.
Yeah.
Third last weekend, second weekend in August, something like that.
Yeah. So like if we were gonna buy
Walmart is a war zone that day. Yeah, that's when I tried to buy all my teaching stuff.
You can get killed over colored pencils in a South Carolina Walmart
on tax-free weekend.
Yeah, near the end of August. Like be careful. It's wild. I've seen some crazy stuff on tax-free weekend, man. We had 37 months from the Andrews Show. Thank you. And 300 bits from Haley92 says, as someone originally born and raised from New Jersey and who immigrated to the Netherlands last year, these conversations are fascinating for my different experiences. I bet. How weird it must be in either direction.
Yeah.
Right? Just to have been able to experience both sides of a coin. And, there's going to be pros and cons to each. Mm-hmm. One of them might have more pros. I can't say. I don't know. I've only ever lived in America. But I think that would be an interesting perspective. Oh, it's 10. New vlog's out. Yeah, so I finished 2023 yesterday. Mm-hmm. And today I start 2024. So January 1st's vlog is out. And I saw that the Patreon ticker ran. Patreon ticker's updated. Thank you, patrons. There'll be a new Patreon video, let's just vaguely say this weekend. We'll get to it. 2023 best moments. We're still waiting on 2018 fan favorites. Dan is working on that. Dan's had a lot going on. But once that gets out, then 2023. So we're prioritizing making 2018 be gone for good for real. So then 2023. We'll get there. Otherwise, I'm doing Starfield at 1 p.m. today. So 3 hours from now, Starfield. Check it out. There's really not that many streams left. And don't you mean Lunchfield? Lunchfield, no. Starfield today at 1 p.m. And then also there's a lot of VODs that I haven't released yet because I have to put them on YouTube and just kind of let them sit to make sure that there's not going to be content ID issues. So there's a bunch. So if there's supposed to be something out that hasn't come out, like I don't know if the latest Moon VOD is out or whatever. So just give me like another day or two because they'll come out. And that's it. Okay. I'm not going to keep you. Go watch the vlog. It's a good one. We eat a waffle and we go.
We walked around the art museum.
The North
grounds.
Carolina Museum of Art. It was fun. And then I talk about some of my goals / resolutions for 2024, and as a little bonus, because you'll hear about them in the vlog. I've kept all of them, which has been very, very cool for me. I managed to do it for a month. I managed to do all of my goals for a month, so I'm gonna see how long I can keep up with it. Fingers crossed. How are those rings? I missed one day. I was upset, but you know what I did? Instead of being like, oh god, the world is ending, the next day, I just went back to it.
Good job.
I'm trying to give myself the grace of that, of like, you know what? That might happen, because if my mind is in a million places and I didn't remember, I'll get it the next day. It's fine. All right, folks. See you at 1 p.m. for Starfield, and if I don't, have yourself a wonderful Thursday. And tomorrow night is Zelda.
Yes.
Okay.